Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another episode of OverAnalyzed. Now, what we're going to do here is look at me playing Reinhardt on King's Row, on both attack and both defense. Now, as I do with these videos, I'm going to talk about all of the decisions that I'm actually trying to make and what I'm doing and the plays that I'm doing. So, we've agreed to move through the choke point around the back of the statue, then push onto the point. What I'm not happy with here is the team are not actually following me. I mean, it's not hard to keep up with Reinhardt. You can see me speaking on the microphone. I'm saying, come on, guys, stay with me. They haven't. We're split. They're not using the barrier. It's not clever. I noticed that they kind of overextended there, so I tried to punish them. I managed to catch their Zarya, but our Ana managed to keep me up there because I was in a very precarious position. I mean, the Reinhardt was on me. I went in, but luckily the team followed me as I moved in. Now what we're going to do is just move in and like take out the Symmetra. She's got the Discord orb on her head. I know I can smash her face in, take her out. What I'm thinking here is I'm going to charge forward and get them. It was a crap charge though. It wasn't aimed very well. I hit the wall. It's okay though. We now control this point. There's no need for me to go forward. You see, what you've got to think with Reinhardt is he is this character that dictates he dictates the flow, right? He sets the pace. He is the one that all of your team depend on for positioning and all of that stuff. So they're diving in here to just try and take us out. Complete waste of an ultimate there. Like, don't do that. Never ever do that. That point's gone. You need to realize when it's gone, then move back. However, it doesn't really matter. We punished them. Their Reinhardt came in. I countercharged the Reinhardt and took him out. A lot of the time when you get Reinhardt versus Reinhardt battles, it does become almost this like... it's like this super tactical game. It's like you're trying to psych out the other Reinhardt. It's like this mind war that you're in. It's like a game of chess or something like that. You have to try and bait him to drop his shield. When's he going to Earth Shatter? When's he going to charge? When are you going to charge? And it's mental. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to dictate the flow. I walked into a fire strike there. That was just like, whatever. I don't think I could have avoided that. I think I'm doing a decent job, though, of dropping my shield down when needed to recharge. It was at 1900 health there. Like here, it's really better me keeping it up than dropping it down for an extra 100 charge. So we're pushing forward. I've got my ultimate available. I was waiting for him to drop his shield. Look at that. Managed to just fit it in. Now, it was a little bit risky because his shield was not destroyed. Normally, I mean, when you see my little face popping up on the voice comms, that's me going, destroy the shield, destroy the shield. Because a lot of the Reinhardt versus Reinhardt stuff, you need your team to destroy the enemy Reinhardt shield. And then the Reinhardt with the shield left has got all of the cards to play. Like, suddenly, I can then Earth Shatter if I want to. I can charge. I can just keep pushing forward with my team. There's a load of options, whereas if you destroy my Reinhardt shield, well, what options have I got? I either charge in or I run away. That's basically it. But there in that fight that just happened, yeah, it worked out really well. The Earth Shatter went down, managed to charge in, push their team back, get them back off that point. Now, we're at the next choke point. Again, I'm using the payload here as a bit of protection for myself, right? I don't want to get totally smashed. I want this to happen, right? I wanted him to charge me. This is a bit mad, though. I didn't really want to go down here. But I'm thinking, right, I'm in there. It's totally ridiculous. I can see that it was fairly equal there. So we killed one of them. They killed one of us. I'm thinking, right, I'm going to Earth Shatter because it might give our team the chance. Because the thing with Reinhardt's Earth Shatter is it actually recharges pretty quick when you're involved in melee combat. And we've got 5 minutes, right? Or like 6 minutes left. So I thought I may as well use it. Like in my mind, I made the quick snap decision to use it because it might have pushed the payload in. And look at this. By the time I get back, we're actually really in control of the payload. My Earth Shatter helped quite a bit. Their Reinhardt's gone mad and he's had to come in. I've got nano boost off our Ana, so I'm just going around with the hammer like a crazy person, smashing their body in the face. They're kind of backing off there into the corner. Like at this point, they're pretty much done. I'm trying to charge in to maybe catch somebody. They've got a Zenyatta ulting on the point. It's gone. It's over. Really good attack this was, because apart from my death at the end, which was a result of me missing the charge, right? I wanted to countercharge the Reinhardt. Like I said, a lot of when it's Reinhardt versus Reinhardt, you need to beat the enemy Reinhardt, yeah? If he messes up, he can sell his entire team down the river. If he drops his shield at the wrong time, then that can be extremely bad for his team. If their positioning's wrong, then it's bad for the team. If you can, like as Reinhardt, if you can take out the enemy Reinhardt, you're doing your job and more. Because I mean, I don't really want to say this because it does sort of demean the position of Reinhardt, but it doesn't really take much to become a very good Reinhardt player. All you need to do is know where to activate your shield and push forward, know where the chokes are, have map awareness, but it's then becoming even better. It's then trying to think about what's going on, trying to think of how you can use your abilities to take out the enemy, trying to mind game the enemy Reinhardt if there is one, trying to open up gaps, because you've got to remember, you're Reinhardt, you can take a shitload of damage, so you can sometimes throw yourself into the fire and just think like, oh, screw it, I'm going to go in. The biggest problem I've got, though, is this balance between when to sort of play conservative, so play defensively, play safe, and when to just go completely crazy and dive in and wreck people's faces. There is nothing better than a Reinhardt that knows this perfectly. I get this wrong all the time. Like, I honestly think Reinhardt is a character that almost anyone can just straight up play. But to play at a crazy high level. When I watch some of the pro Reinhardts, like, you know, Numlocked and people like that, I watch them play and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it is so interesting to watch. It's such a tactical game, more so than it is when you play like a straight up hit scan DPS or like, you know, a Genji or something like that. Yeah, sure, it's still tactical, but Reinhardt, you get this, it's like a slower pace. It's still a fast game, but for you it's slower. You sort of dictate, you look for opportunities. So what we want to do here is we need to defend at this choke where I'm standing, right? Possibly we can go a little bit further forward between the statue and the hotel, but what we really don't want to do is defend at the choke, because that will be suicidal. Never defend at the choke. What you want to do on this point is accept the attackers onto the control point area and then kill them, right? That's what you need to do. Now, this is heavily in favor of the attackers because their spawn is right outside the bloody place. It's not the greatest map design. So you're almost expected to lose this point. So what you need to do is try and stall them for as long as you can. A lot of this will matter in competitive Season 2 when we go to, hopefully, a more stopwatch kind of base system. Anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm keeping eyes on the hotel, and I'm keeping eyes on the front. I'm dropping my barrier down so it recharges back to a decent amount, then going back to the front. Because they've got a Widow, right? And I'm really worried about the Widow. I need to keep my barrier up as much as I can, because that stops the Widow doing damage, right? But we've already lost a guy to Widow, so it's not great. So we're a man down here, we need to stall. The enemy team are not taking advantage of this. What you should do whenever you have a man up is push, 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 and push hard. You have a major advantage, but they didn't. And they're sort of letting us recover here. So I'm just chilling, I'm standing on the point, I'm absorbing damage on my barrier, I'm allowing the DPS behind to do damage, D.Va's doing a thing, I'm keeping my eyes on the hotel, because I really want them to go into the hotel, because if they do, I'm charging into there, I'm fire striking into there. Right, so we can see Roadhog's coming, I'm thinking, right, let's have it, Roadhog, let's have it. This is a bit over aggro from me, I don't know what really, like, I shouldn't be doing that. He's baited out his ultimate, but it's going to kill me. Now, it's really not worth that, and you can see we're 2, 3 down, it's kind of like 3 to 4 it is now, it's not going well. The problem there for me is I charged out of the hotel. I really don't want to do that because I'm at the mercy of the enemy team, right? I should have sorted my charge out so it actually would hit the wall inside that hotel. I didn't. I paid the price. We're dead. We've lost this point. What we're doing now is, though, we're just trying to filter back in on the point. There's a guy left. I can see there's people on the point. There's somebody backing off. I really don't want to be here. I should have just went back and waited, because all I'm doing here is feeding the enemy team ultimates, and I'm thinking, right, I'm screwed. I'm just going to try and take somebody out. Maybe I can get a charge off. That's must be going through my mind. Yeah, I was probably thinking, maybe I can get somebody with a fire strike and a charge. That was extremely bad play, because I should have just let it go. Because what I've done there is, and our Widowmaker just got killed as well by their Widowmaker, which again is not great, but it kind of doesn't matter, yeah? Because they've got to wait for the payload to come through, and that's fine. But the big problem with my play there is I went in and fed their ultimates, which was stupid. I knew it was lost. We even had the Widow ultimate up, so I could see what was on the point. But for some reason, I was still going back. I was probably shouting to the team, oh, is it okay, guys? Because I don't know what the health of those guys are. But let's be honest, I'm not going to win a 5v1, am I? It was totally stupid. So what we want to do now is defend at the next choke point. This is a choke point here, or we could move a little bit further forward. What you don't want to do, though, is try and fight them on the payload when the payload is where it is, because that's in their territory, right? So our Widow's got a kill. That's great. It's their mercy. So now we know we can move forward. I'm moving forward to this choke. This is kind of where I want to be. Don't want to be any further forward, and I'm going to use my Earth Shatter. The reason why I've Earth Shattered here is, I mean, it was an okay decision to do it. As I say, it just recharged pretty quick, and I'm going to have it back by the next time it is kind of needed. It was a gamble, right? I seen that they had no barrier. I thought, right, if I hit them, I'm going to get all of them. I can charge through. Hopefully, my DPS will pull forward with me. Now, this is one of the problems with playing Reinhardt and where it can get a little bit frustrating. What I did there, I could not possibly have said to the team, guys, I'm going to Earth Shatter, then I'm going to charge. Please come with me. You almost need your team to just be on the same wavelength. You need them to be behind you. Sometimes I get into this frame of mind where I'm standing there with a shield and I'm like, my team must be behind me, right? I'm Reinhardt. They've got to be behind me. But sometimes they're not. Because, you know, this isn't a super organised 6-man team. So you've got to be aware of that. And sometimes I'm not. So while it was a good ultimate, and it did shut their team down, nothing really came of it. And it was almost like stalemate. The payloads actually moved forward. So now I'm back in the choke point. And I'm just doing Reinhardt things, right? Like I said, anyone can do this. If you stand here with your Reinhardt barrier up, you know, you are effective. You are adding to the team. And it's a very positive addition to the team. So I'm jumping down now, and I'm just trying to build my ultimate. Any free damage I can get off a silly D.Va who's way out of position, I'm going to take that. Like, I'm absolutely going to take that. So now we've sort of moved back to this point. This is the point you don't go any further forward. Never defend any further forward past this point. when you're playing on King's Row on defense, because you are going into the enemy's line of sight there. They can all hit you. It's crazy. You need to be using the terrain to your advantage, right? I know my barrier's going. I need to back off and get charged. Now, there's a problem on the other team. They don't have a Reinhardt, I don't think, at the moment. They've got a Roadhog. The Roadhog is... Oh, they do have a Reinhardt, sorry. The Roadhog is a problem. The Roadhog can burn through your barrier like you would not believe. His right click is crazily effective, so my barrier is getting destroyed. Right, let's talk about what's just happened here. My ultimate's come up, and you've seen I almost ulted there, and it was a damn good job I didn't, because that was a panic ulti. Don't do that. What I'm thinking is, shit, I'm going to die to the charge. I'm going to die to the charge. I didn't die to the charge, though. But I'm thinking, shit, he's coming for me. I'm going to hit him, take him out, keep myself in the game. So maybe it would have worked out that way, but maybe it would have been a waste of my ultimate. I don't know. It's hard to kind of say, but it was a panic ulti, and I'm really against just panic ulting, because almost all of the time, it is a waste of an ultimate. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to desperately get my shield recharged, because I need that barrier up so I can push forward back into the choke. You always need it up. So they're going to come around the corner. This means, like, you know, I can hit them with Fire Strike. I can do various things. What is in my mind right now is, when is your barrier going to be down, Reinhardt, and when can I Earth Shatter through it? Instead, I've decided to use it to take out the Roadhog. Now, that's okay. We've actually used the Lucio ultimate here as well, which... like, it's okay. We've used a lot of ultimates here to sort of hold this. Their Reinhardt is way out of position. I managed to pick up a kill on him. I got 12% charge back on my ulti. That's sort of alright. Again, I'm doing a bit of swinging. The res is coming from their Mercy. Not the greatest res, because, again, this is just allowing us to build ulti charge. I'm back to 32%. It was okay. I stopped the Roadhog. I'm going to say that was probably an okay ultimate. So, again, my positioning, I think, is fine, right? I think I'm playing well positionally. I think my ultimate use has been fairly good. My charges were very good at the start. I haven't really got many off right now because I'm playing more defensively. I'm playing like more conservatively. I don't really want them to take control of this point, right? I want to stay here because it feels good, right? There's only a minute left. I don't really want to go crazy. I really don't want to be charging again, because the enemy Reinhardt, he's going to have to think about this. He needs to think about coming in, doing damage. They've got to sort me out. They've got to get rid of me. Like, it's very hard to attack into a team that has a fully functioning Reinhardt. If you're, I mean, look at me now. I've got my ulti, so I'm just waiting for them to come through. I'm waiting. I know the clock is about to end. The time's going to end. The clock's going to go down. I want them to come around the corner. I want this big Earth Shatter that's going to control them, and then I'm going to go in. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I can see our team is sort of a bit spread out. It's not ideal. Like, I don't like this. The team should be behind my barrier, but, you know, you can't get people doing everything you want all the time. So I'm going through. I'm waiting for the Earth Shatter barrier destroyed, because Reinhardt will shout when his barrier is destroyed. Mine's getting low. I'm thinking, right, can I get around the corner? What can I do? It's like ultimate mind games. He wasted his, and I used mine. Now that was... I want to say it's skill. It wasn't really, right? It was luck. Their Reinhardt dropped his barrier just enough time for my Earth Shatter to land, which allowed me to charge through. The good thing I did, though, is I kept my barrier up, and it stopped his Earth Shatter from working at all. And I'm thinking, as soon as he's done that, he's going to charge me, so I'm going to Earth Shatter. And instead of him instantly charging, he sort of put his barrier up, and then he dropped it. And as he dropped it, my Earth Shatter got him. So I think it was the right thing to do from me, but I did get lucky that he didn't actually... Well, I got very lucky. He didn't decide to charge, and he dropped his barrier just at the right second and got taken out. So there you go, guys. That has been an analysis of me playing Reinhardt on King's Row. I really want to play more Reinhardt. I'm really enjoying it, especially at the higher levels. It's really enjoyable. Actually, this was kind of an older game, I think. Yeah, I was only 67 at the time. So, yeah, it was a pretty good game, though, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you've got any tips on Reinhardt play, then, you know, do fire away. Any sort of mistakes or anything you've seen, then fire away, because we can all learn together. There's nothing better in this game than just watching back what you've done and learning from it. I mean, if you can record your own games, guys, I recommend you do it and then check them out. Like, watch them back. You don't have to upload them to YouTube or anything. Just watch them back. You will get much better at the game as a result. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you like the video, then subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that good stuff. And you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Toodaloo.